Okay, showtime. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Milk Room Podcast. I'm your host, Jiovani Cervantes, and I'm introducing you a new guest today. So with me here, you guys will see him in action on January 27th. He'll be there, say hello, grab his business card, but if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
I'm Woodstock. I'm a videographer, photographer, and yeah.
He does some really sick stuff. So, photographer, videographer, right? How'd you start? Kind of give us that backstory.
I actually got really lucky when I first picked up the camera. I picked up the camera 2019, and within, I want to say, the first 6 months of owning a camera, I was shooting for Mod Sun.
Oh, Karma. He's got a song called Karma.
Yeah.
I'm very fond of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was because of one of his, one of his artists that he was putting on and he had as an assistant, and now he's his own artist as well, Lost in Vegas.
Lost in Vegas.
Yes,
yeah.
I was shooting basically their day-to-day life and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. So
that had to be fun, huh?
it was. So for me, it was really cool because of the fact that I listened to his music before ever picking up a camera.
Oh, it's like full circle moment.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, this is cool as a fan to be here. And then to go from a fan to be like every day I'm chilling.
Right.
I'm filming him getting his makeup done for the Uppers and Downers music video. Right. It was really cool. And then, so I'm learning all this because it takes so much, right?
Right.
When you pick up the camera, you're learning as you go.
Yeah.
But I'm learning as I go in a really cool environment. So, and then I went from there to learning with Ridge Production, his buddy Pat.
Okay.
And that's where I started learning editing and more different angles and audio and stuff like that. And so, yeah, and then music videos.
So that's where you kind of like really honed it in.
Yeah, so I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now.
4 or 5 years? That's pretty dope. Like, I think it's really cool because, like, just to circle it back, you've been listening, to some artists like Mod Sun, right? And then full circle moment, now your creativity is contributing to, like maybe your favorite artist. It's cool, right, in that aspect.
For me, it was just really cool just to kind of be in the same room for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like, well, cool, I'm a fly on a wall in an area that I never thought I'd be in. The camera's like a hall pass. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I look at a camera.
Getting everywhere. Like.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like,
everybody needs photos. Video.
Everyone needs photos. Everyone needs video. And there's a lot of people who it's like, oh, I know you had to pay to be in this room. My camera got me in this room.
Right.
But then at the same time, though, everyone's always like, well, you must be making so much money as a videographer. I'm like, yeah, but you also don't realize that everyone also goes, hey, I'm going to be the next big artist. I'm going to blow up. I'm going to take you with me. I need you to shoot this 4-hour video on the love. Next thing you know, you're like, 8 videos later, you still need it on the love?
I know. Oh, man, right? Like, how much love are we doing this for, man?
Like,
no, but I get it, man. I get it. So tell me a little bit about, like, your experiences, right? Like, 4 or 5 years into your craft. Like, what's been some of the hardest obstacles or challenges, like, you constantly see, or like maybe there was like one specific occasion,
I think the balancing my real life with the art life.
Yeah, you have a balance, but it's hard.
That's the hardest thing is because when you're able to dive 100% into the art life and kind of cut out the real life, and you're hungry like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when you have another life that you have to balance out, there's a lot of times that you got to be like, I cannot make that event. I know that 3 a.m. event, I really want to be there.
Right.
But I can't because I got to be awake for my real life event.
Right.
But then there are the people who manage to make that happen. It is. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's hard. That's the hardest thing right now. As far as like in world shooting hardship, probably I guess adjusting to big artist personalities. You know what I mean? Because some artists have very big personalities, and a part of you wants to be like, hey, this kind of is a little off-putting. This is a little, I don't know how to be around this type of person.
Right. They call it like star power. Like, you know, bigger they are, more star power, maybe a little bit more difficult, or like a tense work environment, or, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And then also it's like you see people get treated certain ways, and depending on who you are, you got to be like, well, I would never allow myself to be put in a situation like that. I would never. But then you got to realize, well, look, that person's getting treated that way and allowing this treatment to happen because they know of an end game and they're playing the long haul and whatever. So that's why they're sleeping on someone's floor to get to wherever, because they know that it's saving money, so that their money is really going to their projects.
Right.
And I get that. This takes a certain type of individual to go through that.
A hungry one.
And then to be in the same room watching someone get treated like that, going through that, and having to bite your tongue because you're like, well, I'm still here just to get a paycheck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's tough.
It is, man.
Because sometimes you be like, hey dog, you ain't really gotta talk to homie like that. And next thing you know, you don't get called back no more.
Yep. Or you're going home with them too, right then and there.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's a tough work setting, at least, like, I mean, you know, just out here in general, right? Like, that dynamic can kind of be present sometimes on set, most of the times on set. So 4 or 5 years in, you know, tell me a little bit about where you're at now and where you're trying to take your craft in the next few years.
So right now I'm trying to do more for me. Like I'm gonna.
What does that mean?
Like I'm gonna start my own podcast. Also kind of covering like a struggle with addiction. Okay. And also another one as well, more lighthearted, talking about like movies. You know what I mean? Like
good topic.
100%.
Plenty to talk about.
My girl never seen the Rocky movies.
Whoa.
She never
seen
seen
that's
them.
a little wild.
Yeah.
You know, you hear the song, right?
Yeah.
You see the run up. Like.
So I put her on with the Creed movies, and then immediately she was hooked, and then I got all the Rocky movies, and she fell in love with them all. And the way she describes it, she goes to her work and she's talking about the Rocky movies and making people be like, yo, I need to rewatch these. Yeah. You know, and I was like, girl, the way you're talking about these movies makes me want to start something with you, and we just gonna talk about movies that you ain't never seen before and put it on game.
Yeah.
Because I went to...
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And I went to film school, so...
Nice. Where'd you go?
The LA Film School. But they make you watch the same movie over and over and over, and then
what do you mean, just one film throughout semester?
One of the classes that I did was film sound, and with that they had us watch the movie Training Day. Great movie.
Not a bad pick.
Not a bad movie at all. Good movie. But so first you watch the movie, right? You just watch it, and the classroom's a movie theater, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, I could dig that.
And then your next class is like analyzing all the sounds and why Denzel Washington's guns sound much louder than the other people shooting, because he's the big player, you know. So when he fires his shots, they're louder and more like boom boom. Well, also the other guys are like pow pow, and it's a power play. See, that's us. I learned that.
Yeah, so this is that's like the finer details, like all those factors that create that experience. Yeah, right? You know, audibly. Wow.
So
dude.
That's what I do now with her. Is like I'll watch a movie with her, and we'll break it down now. And hearing her fall in love with it, that's the greatest thing for me. Is I watch her watch a movie for the first time, and she lights up, and then she wants to talk to me about it, and then understand, well, why is Sylvester Stallone talks so well in the Creed movies, but in the earlier movies he sounds so limited. I'm like, well, the writing was more limited back then, and men were more limited in their emotions. And in the Creed movies, that's like, what, like 20, 30 years later.
Yeah, quite a bit.
As men, we've evolved so much, and writing has gotten so much more. They give our characters so much more layer of emotion. As before, everything was just yeah.
We've got more depth these days.
1000%.
Right?
1000%.
And that's cool because I think like you and your wife now share something, right?
Yeah.
And you guys have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a great idea all around, right?
What you got right here?
So this is a new tattoo, actually. It says, God created you different, know your worth.
Oh, I like that.
You know, I think it's just a good reminder for not only myself, but like the people I meet, like, hey, you know.
No, that's good. God created you different, know your worth.
I was debating, should I have said differently or different? But
no, that's really, I like that because that's going to resonate with people.
Yep. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I see you got some pretty sick tattoos too, man. Are you blasted or like?
I mean, low key.
Yes.
Like I have my whole
like
chest,
kidding,
my
Wiz
stomach.
Khalifa type energy, or like almost
No,
like Travis Barker.
I have some like I have like in between, like this rib isn't done, this rib is done. My whole chest, my whole stomach. I have a lot of space on my arms that I need to fill. But on this arm, I have some more. But yeah, a decent amount. But
sick.
I see people with their kneecaps, and I'm like, oh, hey man, how did that feel? Am I ready for that? I don't know.
I got a buddy who did a lion because he's a Leo. He did a lion's face with the mane and everything on his knee. And he says, believe it or not, like it doesn't really hurt. I mean, but once it gets maybe toward like right here in dead center, that's where it's like the cat scratch
that's straight
pain.
bone.
You know, yeah.
Like, cause this right here on the knuckle part, I didn't like that. And I'll tell everyone, my stomach, that was,
Yeah, I got something here on the ribs. This was a little bit easier to take than the one on my left chest, only because I've got, like, it went into my sternum a little bit. And I'm a skinny guy, bro. So,
I'm right there with you.
So I was like, ugh.
No.
So terrible, bro.
Felt like a wounded animal.
Yeah, but, like, the face didn't hurt. This didn't hurt.
Oh, what's on your face?
This here. I've got my mother's initials.
I love it.
You know,
I love it.
I like, so for a tattoo on me, like, I like, you know, just good images, but I like stuff that when I look at it, it'll bring a message. It'll remind me to do something, or like it's like a timestamp of a moment in time.
Right.
So like this is, you know, for me always to remember, and whoever I meet to remind them, you know, because that's my, you know, my mission. And then this is like my mother. I do it for my mama, single mama. So every time I wake up in the mirror, I look at it and I'm like,
reminds you of your mom.
Yep, go hard. Good. I know why I'm going hard for.
That's good.
You know,
she instilled that confidence in you to go hard.
She did.
Strong
Puerto Rican mama. Shout out, mama.
Shout out to the moms out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so yeah, let's bring it back a little bit. So, how is managing the balance between the creative life and the dad life, you know, and the husband life?
It's tough being it's tough being there all the time, and then like I said, you I guess the toughest thing for me is I see an event that I'm like, oh man, I'm supposed to be there.
Right.
I'm supposed to be at this event. I should be there.
FOMO.
You know what
FOMO
I mean?
effect, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're kind of like, but would you replace this dad life? Would you replace the unconditional little one running up to me, giving me a hug, looking up to me, needing my advice, needing, you know?
Right.
No, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Does it make, and this is the struggle as the dad part, is do I look forward to her when she's a teen and can go off and do her own thing, and then I can go and grind harder? 100%. But at the same time, I also don't want her to grow up.
Absolutely, and you want to spend as much time.
Yeah, I'm like, no, stay your age right now forever. It is.
Until this thing blows up, just stay this age.
You know, it's tough. What would be ideal is the people who have like those really good on-call nannies and whatnot, who are like, I got you.
Right.
Go do your thing. Shit, I mean, my problems would be solved. I'd be at every. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't trust people with my kid.
I mean, you have plenty of reasons to not. People are unpredictable, you know, and like we have the internet, bro. We see
it's so bad.
What you know what these people are capable of. Like, nah, I'm good.
I just saw we just left the supermarket, and I just saw a mom and her kids, same age as her. They're leaving the supermarket. They pull their things out of the stuff, out of the shopping cart, and then her little ones take off running to their car down the parking lot where a million cars could be backing up at any moment and hit these little kids. And I looked at Ella, I'm like, whoo, you know better than that, huh?
Yeah.
And she's like, yep, 100%, you know?
Good girl.
But that's the thing is, just the other day, my girl was like, let's drop our little one off, maybe at a play date or whatever. You don't have to stay. And I was like, well, I don't know those parents, and I don't know how they are with their kids. So I would want to be there for the first play date and see how they all interact.
Just for peace of mind.
Yeah, yeah. Because for all
ensure my child's safety.
For all I know, she lets their kids bounce off the walls and act crazy and do whatever, and then I come back, oh, your kid broke her arm because blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, what? No.
There will be no nannies.
Yeah.
No nannies. I don't believe in it either, bro. Because if I give you my child and you give me my child back, not in the condition, it's a wrap. You're gonna have more than a bad review. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So finding that balance is where it's tough. Yeah. Is it manageable? Yes, I'm making it happen. Do I wish I was working more? Yes, 100%. But like I said, would I replace what I have for anything? No.
I like that. We'll end that bite there. I'm gonna just jump to the next question.
Yeah, no worries.
Tell us a little bit about what you're currently working on and what our audience can expect from you in the near future.
I mean, I'm not really working on shit right now, Brody.
The answer is just freelancing.
Okay.
The answer is just freelancing.
I'm like, Brody, I ain't doing shit right now, dog.
I love it.
The honesty. Okay, boom. Just freelancing.
Freelance. Okay, yeah. So like, you're still taking photos, videos, looking for work like
yes.
That, right? Okay, well now we know, right?
Yeah, hit me up for work. I got you. Photos, music videos, interviews, whatever. Got you.
See, this is why we have these moments, right? To introduce and to promote, like, just the hidden talent that's out there and, like, needs to be recognized, Because my whole thing is we all know the Doja Cats, the Nicki Minaj's, the Paul
the big
Smiths.
Yeah. Like, we got to find the Las Vegases.
100%. Like, just the hidden talent who deserve.
The up-and-comers. Because, honestly, I'm seeing a huge wave of talent, and they're just so close to getting seen, just so close to getting the right, and you can see some cats be like, I know you're gonna end up somewhere. And you can see some cats you work with, and you're like, oh, bud,
he won't make it till next year. I mean, yeah, but
I'm glad you know it's a hobby.
Right. Woodstock. Just want to thank you for your time sitting down with us today. 100%. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find your socials, how they can book you, and what's coming in the future. Yeah,
you can find me on Woodstock 1906. That's my Instagram, and reach out to me and let's work. Yeah.
You want to redo that last part?
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Woodstock 1906. That's my Instagram. Reach out. Let's do music videos, photos, interviews. Let's make it happen.
Love.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
Likewise, man. Thanks for coming on board.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.